Greetings, Earthlings! Today we are doing a mock draft in June. And
Yeah,
so
baby.
this is a mock draft 1.0, guys. We are doing teams on this one because we're going to run through this pretty fast. We don't want to have a long podcast here. So me and Matt Hack are going to be Alex Blasig. That is our team. And then Miles and Brosig are going to be a team, and they have RFF Mills. This is
Yep,
a
yep.
zero point 0.5 PPR. We're going to do 14 rounds. 10 teams. We're gonna go through this real quick. Gonna go through all of the guys that we like, because this draft thing is probably very not good, and so we're gonna beat them at the end. We'll run through the teams and let us know in the comments which team you like more. So I'm gonna start the draft right here, and we're going. Austin Eckler goes off the board at 1.01. So Miles, you
Okay.
are up, baby.
All right. I'm thinking, okay, let me tell you where my brain's at.
All
Okay.
right,
My
go.
brain's in a few places. I don't want them to get Bijan. I think he's a hit piece. I think Bijan's on the board for us as an option right now. That's number one. Number two is I don't want to be an idiot and pass up on Christian McCaffrey either. Um, Concerned about his injuries a little bit, but those are two guys where's your head at?
I would love to take Bijan here. I think he's totally worth the number 2 pick because he's going to probably end up RB1.
Mm-hmm.
But part of me's like, do you just take JJ and have the best wide receiver, stack up on there and try to go RB later on, try to get some depth on the turn? So that's where I'm at, either JJ or Bijan. So if we're both thinking Bijan,
Okay, if so we're both thinking Bijan, so that is good. Real quick, does Jonathan Taylor do anything for you? He was once upon a time 2 years ago. He was that dude. He's back. He's healthy. Does Jonathan Taylor turn you on anyway?
not at the 2 spot. He
Okay,
doesn't.
okay. I like Bijan. You down for Bijan?
Let's do it.
I think y'all do it. We got clickbait already for the video. I said it earlier video. Like I think 11's disrespectful. So I'm locking y'all in Bijan right now with the one. Oh
Wait,
wait,
I do
yo,
it.
you do
What
it.
the
Sorry,
hell?
sorry.
What are you talking
I
about?
was trying to take away your privileges, man.
Chill out. Wait,
Oh,
what?
Oh,
Wait,
goodness.
what's going on?
Like
As a
two-
team, okay?
2/3 in his
No,
privilege? Or
don't
like,
put
what's
me
going on
into
here?
this. Do not
Oh
put me
my.
into this.
Dude.
These teams make a lot of sense.
Oh my!
Oh wait, y'all gotta
Alex.
go on auto.
He's
you
on
have to-
auto.
I did go on auto.
Click it again.
There we go.
There we
and
are.
then-
I'm just auto picking now. Okay, here we go. All right, so Matt is gonna go first for us at the 1.10 pick right here.
Oh gosh. I'm at this point. I feel like I don't think. Do we have to go running back?
No.
No. I mean, do we? Is it just as easy as Tyreek Hill, or do we go to CeeDee Lamb?
I like Tyreek more than Lamb.
That's what I'm
I
thinking.
I
think
mean,
Tyreek-
you're on the turn. You're on the turn. So
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, sure. I'm just gonna lock in Tyreek. I feel like.
yeah. I like Tyreek
mean,
a lot right here.
Yeah.
All right, Tyreek at
Oh,
one point.
I just kept trying to click it. I was like, it's not.
Give your take why you picked Tyreek right here.
I think he has a ton of upside in his offense. I mean, obviously, so does CeeDee Lamb. But I think they're gonna have the best opportunity to produce a ton of points. And like as far as like quarterback play goes, you have a younger quarterback who's more versatile than Dak is currently. And so I just think that offense as a whole, it's more dynamic, which then I would love Tyreek Hill.
Okay. So I have the 2.1 right here. I am eyeing somebody who I think is very low. I was actually thought he was low last year as well.
Nick Chubb.
I'm going with Nick Chubb, baby. Number one running back.
I agree.
He's sitting behind the best offensive line in football. And another reason why we like him too is that Kareem Hunt is probably going to be out of that backfield. So this guy, I think, is going to win the rushing title. Last season, he had 1,400 yards. This guy could go off this year. And so, I mean, 16th ranked running back right there with a guy that's going to get most of the carries, at least 20 plus a game. Yeah, we're picking him at 2.1. So
Can I just say, I was like, should we go running back? He says no. And then on the turn, which was back to back,
I said no, not
Hey,
necessarily.
clearly there's
Dude,
some
we're having a lot of
dysfunction.
problems.
There's some dysfunction going on with this team.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Let me just. All right, Brosig. What are you thinking? Ooh, I got some things
I got-
making me horny.
I
Oh,
got three. I got
Horny,
three
I know
players in
it.
mind. We only got a minute and a half, so I'm gonna try to run through them quick.
mm.
Amron St. Brown, I don't hate because it is a point half PPR league. He did have over 106 catches, I think, last year, and I think could even improve that with Jameson Williams being out. So that is something to think about because we went RB first. But if we want to load up on RB, I'm thinking of either Brees Hall, who has a starting lock on that job, coming back from an ACL injury, maybe gives a little hesitation, or Ramondre Stevenson, who has the lock and does a lot in the pass catching game as well. Are either of those guys? Who you're
Okay.
thinking?
Miles wants Waddle.
I don't hate Waddle for the same reasons I
You
like
pussy.
Imran St. Brown. So I'm okay with that.
Well, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
No.
All right. I hate Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, I'm just so anti-Lions. When Jalen Waddle was that guy, it was when Tool was in the game. Like their connection, Alabama connection, getting to the ball quick. Like it's really good. I like it a lot. I'm down with Brees Hall. I'm hesitant over his ACL. But I think he's still young. I think they figure it out. I'm down to go Brees Hall if you want, but I really think we would be really good with Waddle. It's up to you.
All right. I like Waddle for the same reasons I like St. Brown. So if he's just someone that you think fits better, the scheme,
Another thing,
the
guys,
upside,
y'all have a turn right here, so
Oh.
think about that as
We'll-
well.
we'll take Waddle.
Oh,
Let's do
we
Waddle.
could.
You could go
let's
Waddle and Hall, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Until it gets back to our hair.
Let's go. And then we go Hall. We go Brees. You down?
Yep. We go Brees. Oh, this is a great start. This is a phenomenal start.
Or Jalen. I'm just kidding. Brees Hall. Let's do it, baby.
All right, so y'all have your RB1, RB2. Well, there's a lot of quarterbacks going right here.
My
All
guy
right, Pack,
drafted.
you are up, baby.
Dude, I would love to go Kenneth Walker if it wasn't for them drafting Charbonnet.
I don't like any of these running backs here.
I know. That's why. That's,
That's why you wanted to go running back.
That's why. No, I said that's why. If
We
Charbonnet
went
wasn't,
Yeah.
dude. All right, Alex. Who's your favorite team in the NFL?
Cowboys?
Who's their rival?
Are you going Devontae Smith right
Do
now?
you, how do you feel about Smith? Do you not like that?
I don't hate it, I guess.
I
He
just
hates it.
we
He hates
could
it.
go. I'm also just
No, I
looking
think
at
it's
like
fine. I don't
but
like I don't like some of the guys above him, so I don't hate
that's
the
kind of
idea.
how I feel. I'm also looking
It's
at
your
tight
pick,
end.
all right?
I
It's your
know.
pick.
All right. I'm just throwing it. I'm also looking at tight end just because, like Kyle Pitts, I don't think we would get him. Like obviously my pick, your pick, and then on the way back, I don't think we'd get him.
Oh, it's a little reachy for me.
I kind of think so too. I was just throwing it out there.
I
So-
don't hate Joe Mixon necessarily.
I mean, we could go DK, right? Like, are we high on Seahawks enough to go DK, or would you rather Smith?
I think Smith is probably better than DK.
All right.
I think Smith or Joe Mixon seems okay.
I mean, I'd rather go
All right.
Smith.
I'm going in for you. All right. We're going to figure out our RB2 situation a little bit later, guys, because there's a guy I really like on the board right here. You know who it is, bro. So we're going Garrett Wilson, wide receiver 1 for underrated Aaron Rodgers, 9th best quarterback in the NFL, according to one of my friends that I have.
Excellent choice. Excellent.
I think Garrett Wilson, one of the best rookie receivers last year. This is a guy that is now getting a giant quarterback upgrade. I think he's going to have just a phenomenal year. Doesn't even have much competition on the team. I think he's the easy wide receiver 1. So Garrett Wilson in the 4th round is just a beautiful pick here. So.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh, mine some guys. Some guys getting eyed. Okay, so Rosig, I have a philosophy, and the philosophy is making sure I can solidify a tight end spot as soon as possible. I really like getting the tight end spot taken care of. So we still have Kittle in the 4th round. We're also in the turnaround. We have Kittle, we have Goddard, and Waller. So I'm down to wait on whoever we have in the next two picks to get possibly. I think Debo Samuel can come back out of the woodwork. I don't know what you think about that, but I think there's a possibility that he can come back out of the woodwork and be a guy once again, a real dude. And then I mean, Joe Mixon here is pretty rich, like, or not rich, but like really good. And then there's also Lamar. You know, if he can pop off and we can get him here, he is our quarterback. I like that. But what are you thinking?
Not huge on taking tight end early, but I'm willing to take him on the turn. I don't think Debo makes it past this spot if we let him go. And then RBs are going to fall off pretty hard once it comes back around, but there's still some gems there that we could load up on. So I'm good with. I prefer Debo, but if you think that one of those tight ends speaks to your soul, we can maybe see who comes around the bend.
I mean, the fact that there are so many Hawkinson, Kittle, Pitts, Goddard, and Waller still available, I'm down to get the pick of the litter, but they all could probably still be there. So let's get Debo. I think he comes back to glory.
Does he have a bounce back here?
Bounce back here big time, and then we still have a pick of the litter with tight ends, or if you want to go quarterback, what are you thinking here?
Oh man, a lot of teams took quarterback in the last two rounds. You want to knock out this tight end position. I'm good with either Kittle or
I know what we
Hawkinson.
could do. You want to get quarterback
Don't.
out of the way?
I knew you were
You
going
wanna
to say
get
that.
quarterback out of the way?
I really do love Justin Fields as the
Let's go,
Jalen
baby!
Hurts of last year's draft, man. Because he's gonna go in this spot. You know
right.
he is, and he's
Thank
gonna
y'all
be
for
what
tuning
Jalen
in,
Hurts
guys.
Having technical difficulties.
Yeah, tune in to Mock Draft 2.0,
Smash it,
guys.
smash
You want
it.
You want to
Yeah,
do it,
let's do
person?
it.
Oh, I love it.
Oh man, you took my
Oh.
pick. Man, just a year ago, it's pretty crazy when I picked
Whoa.
Justin Fields in the 15th round.
No.
Oh,
I was gonna
dibs.
go. Oh, that was my pick.
Who Gibbs was?
Yes.
Gibbs in the 5th round is actually pretty crazy. I think.
Right, dude. That was gonna be my
All right.
pick. All right. Well, now I'm struggling.
So I'm definitely tied in with you here. I would appreciate Kittle and Pitts.
yeah.
Because I think there is a decent fall off after either of those guys.
Do you have a preference on either?
I feel like Kittle is probably more solidified.
Who do you think has the higher upside?
I mean, it's got to be Pitts upside wise, right? He
That's
was
what I'm
injured last
thinking.
year.
Like, do you think there's big enough gap to where we shouldn't take the upside?
Let's go Pitts. You wanted
thought.
Pitts?
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I think it's pretty 50-50 to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just love that offense, so it's a little biased.
Yeah, give your Pitts take right here.
Yeah.
What?
What? Oh, I was like, take Pitts.
You have 40. You have 30 seconds.
I just think I really like their offense. They have Bijan, and so that opens up the run game, which obviously then helps the pass. Pitts is, one of the most athletic tight ends in the league. So coming off of, hopefully getting healthy off of the injury in what should be a very high-powered offense and a good defense should really bode well for them.
Yeah. He also plays more like a receiver, so that benefits him as well. I like a running back right here. This is a guy that Brosig actually kind of brought into fruition for me. We're going J.K. Dobbins here. This is our RB2. It's a risky pick because he's still like kind of injury. We don't really know, but when healthy, this guy can get like 6 yards per carry. And so if he can get back to that like level of play, this guy should be the starting running back on the Ravens, and getting a starting running back in the 6th round is pretty crazy because I don't think there's going to be remotely a guy later on that's at Dobbins level. And this is another thing too, is like we can also maybe get another running back later on for our bench spot. But I always talk about risk, reward in fantasy football, and we're picking 2 risky guys that can hit pretty hard. And so J.K. Dobbins here is good.
All right.
Kittle, Akers, London, Miles Sanders, Watson. All right.
So, uh, let's see. What am I thinking? Right now, I'm kind of shocked that we can get Scary Terry in the 6th round right here. I think that's pretty good. Val. Javante Williams, Alvin Kamara right here. These are really interesting people to be our RB3 flex. Um, we do have Dallas Goedert and Darren Waller for tight ends. Um, what are you thinking?
I think people are really, really just completely forgetting about Javonte Williams, man.
Mm-hmm.
They get Sean Payton, who loves to run the ball. If you see all the offseason acquisitions they've made, it's been to bolster up offensive line, blocking tight ends. He even went and got a fullback. I think if his ACL comes back, it's one of those boom bust picks. If
Mm-hmm.
he's the guy, though, they're going to run through that offense so that Russell Wilson doesn't screw anything up over there. I do like him getting him in the 6th round where he went in the first last year, but I know your philosophy on tight ends. So either Goddard or Waller, I'm okay
So
with.
I'm not totally gun ho on it. There are some still other, Njoku. I'm not
Mhm.
super gun ho on it.
Can I
So
bring up something that the team one has 3 running backs? It is the CPU, and they could do something crazy, but you
okay.
might be able to get Williams at 7.2.
Don't
What
hate that thought
so
either.
so what are you thinking? I think we could go. I mean, we're trying to buy the public also, just saying that. So Darren Waller would look nice on our roster.
We got 10
Um,
seconds.
I think I'm gonna go with Waller.
All right.
There he goes, another.
And they get fucking Kamara.
That's
Freaking
fine.
sorry.
I'm cool with Javonte Williams here. I think
Mm-hmm.
him being in the flex conversations, we'll see who we get later on, but I think he's going to be one of those revitalized running backs who people forget about, and then he could be top 5 when the year comes around if he can just stay healthy, because the offense historically is going to go through the running back duo of him and Samaje Perine.
Okay. I agree with everything, but real quick, just because I saw him, does Isaiah Pacheco do anything for you? He should be the only guy that they have there. I don't think they're really counting on
McKinnon.
Elaire like that. Pacheco, the starting running back for the Chiefs, kind of like it now that I'm seeing it, but what do you think?
I do like Pacheco. He's a hard runner. You know he's going to get those goal line touches. What worries me is we saw Pacheco only when Clyde Edwards-Helaire got hurt and he was out. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious how the split is going to be once all 3 guys are healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Javante just is more of that one guy bell cow. Yes, he's going to split with Samaje, but they didn't spend the draft capital on him. He's younger, more versatile. So if I could pick one, I'm going to lean Javante over
Okay.
Pacheco.
All right, let's do it.
There goes Pacheco right after.
Right afterwards.
Ooh. Oh, Justin Herbert. All right, Hack.
All right. I'm getting confused because I'm like looking at who we've drafted, but it's like on my screen, it's like, oh, I have one quarterback because of my team. So it's really thrown me off.
All right. Let's move it on.
Do I'm like almost feeling like we don't need to go quarterback here.
I'm usually
Just
a pro. Is it pro anti quarterback? Or I'm just anti quarterback?
you're pro
I'm
waiting
pro
on
anti
quarterback.
pro anti quarterback.
I'm kind of thinking,
I just get Justin Fields in the 15th round and I'm fine. All right.
yeah, well, I'm really annoyed because I wish we had Gibbs. I'm kind of leaning Swift just because like I
Ooh.
know okay, I know so my thought is just
Not
like
even Eagles.
okay.
Oh,
I don't think he's a good running back.
Well, yeah, but
oh.
we didn't love Miles Sanders either, and he did well on that team.
Okay.
That's the only reason
It's your
I'm
pick.
picking that. But oh my god, dude, you're tilting
Miles is
me.
gonna laugh at you.
He's the
Well, I'm not
worst
doing it
partner to
then.
have.
Do we go Pickens? Um, I mean, how do you feel about Johnson then?
I,
Deontay Johnson.
I think I like Johnson more than Pickens.
Like in my mind, I then go receiver because I don't necessarily love.
Yeah,
Or we could go.
I have a running back, so
Okay, so either
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Yeah. The thing that I understand the Swift thing with the whole Eagles offensive line and everything, but I don't think he's a good running back. Like we've said this before, how the Lions were so willing to get rid of him,
Yeah.
and I just who's the other guy on the like I would prefer him over Swift almost. The
Fair enough.
I can't remember his name.
yeah, the guy that was on the Seahawks that gets injured all the time. Okay, so
Rashard Penny.
yeah, Penny.
Yeah.
I really think Penny's going to be like the lead back there. So I'm gonna, I talked about Dobbins before. It's a guy that has had injury concerns. So I'm gonna get another guy that I like a lot, who's on my dynasty team. That's Rashad White. I think he is the RB1 on the Bucks. Obviously, the Bucks are kind of old and we don't know, but I think he's gonna get a lot of volume because he's a young guy. I don't know how much they're gonna trust Mayfield. And so I think they're going to run the ball a decent amount. And I really like Rashad White here, especially like I feel like we have 4 really stout receivers. And, I would like to have a guy that we can kind of swap between Dobbins and Rashad depending on how they do. So
There are a lot of good
There's my
receivers.
deck.
Okay, so my brain is saying some things.
I got a couple players in mind.
So I like Damian Pierce here. Wait,
You
am I
mean
saying
Damian
that correctly?
Harris?
Damian Harris. No, not Damian Harris. Yeah, Damian Harris. I like Damian Harris. I think he's always. Wait, he's on the
The
Dolphins
Bills.
or the
Bills.
Bills. Yeah.
you like Damian Harris more than James Cook?
I think I do. Because I think if you get a guy that was on the Patriots, he was doing something to F y'all up, you know? Receivers, I like Cooks. I like Jackson Smith and Jigba here. I'm kind of down for anything, honestly. What do you got?
I actually like either George Pickens, who I think is going to be the number 1 receiver in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Just depends on how far Kenny Pickett comes along, which I think they're getting some pretty good chemistry. And then Jahan Dotson led the rookies in touchdowns last year with 6, which was more than a lot of receivers just in general. So don't hate either one of those 2 guys. Jackson, I think, is going to take a minute to get on and get in the field. And then running backs, I can always take more, but I think we have a good enough amount where receivers should probably be the priority.
I like Pickens. I'm down for Pickens.
Okay, let's do it. So, I mean, Jahan Dotson is still on the board if we want to double up, but running backs that I like, I mean, you mentioned Damian Harris, who, I mean, unless these 2 snipe him, could be there when we come back around. Brian Robinson, young goal line looks. Wonder how Eric Bieniemy is going to utilize him.
Michael Thomas doing anything for your genitals?
I just worry so much about the foot injury. Like he just hasn't played in so long, at least not a full season. So I don't love it, but if like I would rather take Cortland Sutton over Michael Thomas.
Okay, so we could go Jahan. I just depends on. I'm not 100% sure on what to think about Sam Howell.
Yeah.
That's
my.
I'm just not 100% sure. I weirdly think the safest bet could be Treylon Burks.
I don't hate
feel
that.
like they're going to use him for anything and everything, especially if Tannehill's healthy. He should get the bulk of all the attention.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get the targets. So I would much rather take volume at this point when you're getting value and potentially like bench spots.
Yeah. I like the value for him. So you want to do that?
Let's do it.
All right.
Wow, y'all worked really good together there.
Is that sarcastic?
It felt so true.
What the hell is that, dude? I really did not know. That messed me up big time.
That's the plan, baby.
All right. So my 3 picks that I'm looking at here is another tight end in Evan Ingram or Njoku or Brandon Cooks at receiver.
To win, and if are we going to pick a quarterback?
With your pick.
Oh shit.
I like Brandon Cooks a lot. here. I would prefer. I think I would prefer Njoku over Ingram. So I mean, we could go Cooks and Njoku right here on the.
I agree. I was leaning in Joku over Ingram as well.
Okay, let's just do that.
So choose
Cooks. We have wide receiver 2. Cowboys should get 1,000 receiving yards, and then Njoku, a guy who, has all the intangibles to be a great tight end.
That offense should be good this year.
Yeah, gives a little more of a safety valve if Pitts doesn't turn out to his full potential of the greatest tight end of all time. So still have quarterback needs. I'm sending a nice little trade over to RFF Mills for their quarterback.
We will be declining. So now that we're here, Brosig, I think it's very important that we get Algier no matter what, because we have Bijan's handcuff in case anything happens, and or them working together just should be beneficial for us. And then I do like the Damian Harris still addition to everything. And then what else was I thinking about? I do like going at Jamison Williams here still, to where maybe we lose him for 6 games, but he could really, really pan for us down the line later on.
Okay. I don't hate the Tyler Algier pick. Having that handcuff would be really beneficial. I really like, with one of these 2 picks, going Alexander Madison, because I think he's going to be RB1 here in about a day or two. To get that kind of value in round 10 and have an RB1, is where I would like to lean. But again, Algier is good. Harris, I'd probably go Madison over him. And then wide receivers, there's a ton of rookies and other depth guys that I think will come around the bend. But Jamison Williams, I don't know. The 6 games.
Thinking? What do you want? Tyler Algier? What are you thinking?
Yeah, we'll do it.
I think Algier's a good move.
Yeah, I think we go Algier here.
It gives you the handcuff.
If you want to go, look, the Alexander Madison, I've been trying to make that full work. Like, I feel like he's so gifted. It's just weird that even when Dalvin Cook's healthy, he doesn't get as many touches as I feel like he should. Even when Cook is like healthy, I still feel like it should be more of like a KO, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, and it's not, in my personal opinion. It's not that. So I like that Alexander Madison is a good handcuff, but I always felt like he's just not good enough. But if you really like him, we can go there. I'm not big on him though, like period at all.
I guess I'm so curious on what that volume share looks like without Cooks there. Because at the end of the day, I think they're going to be a throw first team regardless. So if we don't go Madison, are you looking at wide receiver then and taking a swing on?
Jameson is just crazy, bro. Like, I think if it would just be 6 weeks without him, and then if he's that dude, like we picked him up in the 11th round, and we're just looking for risk reward right now, and I think he's the biggest reward for us out of everyone at this point in time.
All right. Yeah, I mean, for you being anti-Lions, I am surprised that you're going this pick. But,
exactly.
All right. Yeah, we'll go for it.
And then also, just to clear up my Madison take, like, that's even if he's the full-time starter, I still don't think it would move the needle for me at all. But let's go Jameson here.
I really agree with Brosig on the Madison. Ooh.
Well, there he is for you.
Those are my 2 quarterbacks that I wanted.
There's another quarterback that
Danny Dimes, baby.
No.
Oh, AR.
So it's either Gino or Richardson here.
Okay. So I personally think the Madison take is smart, and we should steal that from them. And
then let
quarterback,
you pick your quarterback.
I think we go 2 quarterbacks. I think Richardson the upside that he has is worth it because that offense is going to run around him.
Mhm.
And if not, we can just snag a guy like Geno. Like I think it's more important to snag Richardson now that no one
So
takes him.
are you saying we go Richardson and Geno with these two picks, or
No, I'm saying
Madison and
Madison
Richardson?
and Richardson.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Okay. So we'll go Madison and yeah, Richardson. I would have liked to go Geno, but I think just getting that upside guy with Richardson is so worth it in the 12th.
All right. So I'm looking now. I'm thinking risk reward. How can we win? Everything's a risk at this point. Anything's up in the air. What are you thinking?
Think again, talking risk reward bench players. I don't hate either Singletary or McKinnon. I think Singletary is going to take a bigger load off of Pierce than people think. He's a veteran. He does help more in the pass catching. And of course, any kind of Shanahan system is going to go running back by committee. So if anything does happen to Pierce, who did have an injury to end his season, we have someone who's going to plug in and be an RB1. And the same reasons for McKinnon, who just came alive last year at the end of the stretch with doing nothing but pass catching touchdowns. And other than that, wide receiver, it's hard to bank on which one in Baltimore is going to actually be the guy. And then I don't hate like Darnell Mooney or even Zay Jones, had his moments there at the end of the season too.
I'm kind of shocked you didn't mention Alan Lazard. Are you not big on him at all? I think he's like, he's there for a reason. And I think we get him here. That could be something.
The upside with Allen is the red zone targets, but other than that, I just don't think he's gonna like do much. I think that offense is gonna go through Garrett when it comes to passing, but the chemistry and the trust, yeah, will be there with A-Rod, especially at the beginning of the season.
So what are you thinking? What are you looking at here? You
I
make the
think
pick. It's all you.
I'm gonna go
Uh-oh.
Devin Singletary. And now I'll go Alan Lazard. Or I mean, never mind, you pick.
So here, I think we actually go Raheem Mostert. I think, he's the starter for them. He did really well last year, and it's Mike McDaniels. He's really good at getting those run plays. Devin A. Chain should take a few snaps, but I still think, from everything that I researched on the Dolphins, like they definitely hold a lot of value in
You do a
him.
lot of research, Miles?
I do a lot of research on them, but I really like Lazard, but I definitely like Mostert more at this spot.
I just hate that he's like 30 and playing running back and he's brittle. If I was gonna lean one way or the other, I would go Lazard over Raheem. But if you got that research in your back pocket,
Or no, I'll save it. Maybe we'll get him. Okay, I'll go Lazard. That's fair.
I forgot people picking kickers. We'll worry about kicker later on. We don't have to get that.
Yeah, guys, we'll get a
Okay.
we only got
So-
one more round. Yeah.
Quarterbacks, we're going to need to get another one for a safety valve here. Wilson, Goff, Stafford would probably be the safest options.
Would you ever reach for Jordan Love?
As much as I like him, I feel like
Doesn't need to be drafted.
We already got Richardson, so like he would be
Yeah.
my back. I would rather have a guy that I have more faith in. If
Yeah.
it were me, I would go Goff, I think, given the weapons that he has, and the offensive line. But I wouldn't even hate Russell Wilson here, or Stafford if you preferred.
I would prefer Goff over Stafford. I don't think I care either way with Wilson or Goff. I think I lean Wilson, but then I think I'm also just like scared of how last season went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I
so
mean
I'm
he could just be horrible.
Yeah. So I think Goff is the play.
Yeah, I agree. I think that offensive line, if he can play as well as he did last year, Russell Wilson just to me has too many question marks. I think Goff is just a little more secure in his spot. We would want to move to Richardson probably. And then I guess we can just look another like receiver or something. Unless we just want to go like Cowboys defense.
I mean,
here.
you could go like Odell. I don't know if that feels.
Stop.
Yeah, I mean, I have no care in the world, honestly.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna go Dallas Cowboys. We got the best defense in the league.
Dude, all defense.
I'm not picking a defense.
Oh, Miles is muted, guys. All right, Brosig, you have to pick for him.
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you now.
Oh my geez. Okay. So we're not picking a defense.
No,
Or do we
absolutely
have
not.
to? Okay. I don't. It's not happening. Hear me out.
All right.
Last pick of the draft. Let's think a little bit naughty. All right. You might
You
have
have
to
a
get
dark horse
naughty.
here?
Might have to get naughty for you.
Mm.
So there's Kyle Pitts, and then there's Drake London. Okay, and then there's Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson. Where does Cordell Patterson go? Like, he's also a dude that
Free
I mean,
agency.
now he's going to be
Retirement home.
a receiver, and they're going to be giving him the ball in the open. I mean, he still had a strong season last year, so now he could be kind of by himself in space, getting the ball open, kind of like a second tight end for Mr. Ritter. So I like that. Not just gun ho on it, but just putting that out there in the atmosphere.
So it gives you a triple, what is it, handcuff?
Triple handcuff. I mean, all three of those guys could have potential of getting a good amount of volume.
I don't hate it because he is going to be pushed into a bigger receiving role. He's not going to be in the backfield unless it comes to injury. Only other receiver I'm thinking about is, again, either Zay Jones or like even Odell for just shooting for the moon. But yeah, it's all high risk, high reward. So if you want to go Cordell, we're just Falcon gang, whatever their cheer is. So let's do that.
Falcon gang.
I think it's a rise up.
Oh, I was way off.
Convert to league.
No.
Yep. Do it. Do it.
This is what Matt always wanted to do. He always just wanted to convert.
I always wanted to see how these.
This year we're gonna have 100 fantasy leagues just running all at once. Too bad, Matt. You're gonna be stuck with freaking. Oh, they freaking your team handcuffed Charbonnet with Kenneth Walker. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you think You think I wasn't drafting?
And you got CeeDee Lamb. What the heck?
And Jalen. Oh, you thought I was auto picking this? Nah, man.
All right. Should we go through all the teams or?
Yeah, let's I guess just real quick, I'll say one great thing about my team, and then everyone just says one great thing about their team. I like their favorite pick, I guess.
Okay.
My favorite pick is for sure Jameson Williams at the 11th spot. Especially with how we built the roster in the beginning, just 1 through 10. It just allowed us to have enough talent to where he could sit out for a few weeks. Maybe we trade Treylon Burks when Jameson Williams comes back, or we trade Pickens if those guys are doing really well. But Jameson Williams would be a good starter for us. Bruce, what do you think?
I didn't know I was going to love this pick as much as I do now, but even after the reaction from the other team that we are playing right now, it was even better. But I am taking Justin Fields in this spot in every league that I can get, because I did the same thing with Jalen last year, knowing that he was going to take that next step, rushing, touchdowns, having that upside is huge. So I'm definitely a fan of that in the 5th round. Yeah.
Before we move on, does anyone want to issue any apologies to anyone on here that, maybe had drafted Justin Fields in the 15th round last year? I don't remember exactly.
Well, seeing how it's a completely different year, it doesn't correlate whatsoever.
All right, guys. All right, Hack, what's your favorite pick of the draft?
Other than the Dallas Cowboys defense pick, I would say I really like Kyle Pitts in the 5th round. I'm really high on Kyle Pitts, which is why I was even considering him in the 3rd round, which thankfully my lovely teammate Alex talked me down from, and we got him 20-something picks later. Yeah.
That's a good pick for sure in the 5th, almost even 6th round. I have to give Brosig credit because he kind of gave me that. I think Madison, if you send Cook out, he probably moves up into like the 6th round, 7th round. So getting a guy like that in the 11th round, to me, he's going to get the volume, right? Even if Miles doesn't think he's like the greatest backer, hasn't produced whatever, I still think the volume is there. And so if he's getting 15 to 20 carries a game, that guy can be a great like RB2. Another guy too that I really really like is Anthony Richardson. This is a guy that honestly I don't know how he's going to pan out, but we talked about it the other podcast. The offense is going to be like RPOs and everything with this guy, right? And so getting a guy that the offense is just completely around in the 12th round that has rushing upside is amazing. And so this guy, he might be like my Justin Fields of this year, honestly. If you're snagging him in the 12th round, that's insane to me. So
well, I guess that means you have a fetish
for what?
a certain type of quarterbacks.
All right, Miles, you want to close us out? Ask the fans how much they love Team Alex.
Yeah,
Blasek.
so there's Team RFF Mills and Team Alex Blasek. We needed you guys to help us find out who's the better team. So let us know in the comments which team you're riding with the most. If there's another wild card teams, I'm not really looking at all the teams right now. So if there's another wild team that y'all think actually won it all, let us know. But between these teams right here, RFF Mills and Alex Blasek, go ahead and let us know who you think sealed the edge and has the better team. Both good teams. So that's all for us, and we will see y'all next time.
See y'all at Mock 2.0, boys.